Okay, welcome along to episode 4 then of our Sunday lunch. In the past we've had Sam Masters, Josh Pickering and James Sargent. Join us. I'm John McGilvery.
My name's Liam Rudden, and once again I will be monitoring all your questions on Facebook here. Remember, if you've got any questions you'd like to ask Kye when we chat to him, they'll pop up on my screen and we'll ask them on your behalf. So yeah, let's get started, John.
Yeah, Kye, welcome along and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Good stuff. Obviously, you didn't get the chance to kind of meet the fans as the season started, so we'll use this next kind of half hour, 45 minutes to get to know you a bit better as well. So, firstly, how's life in lockdown, and what are you doing to keep yourself busy?
It's a little bit different over here. It's like it's not so serious as over there in the UK. Like I'm still be able to go to work every day and still allowed to go most shops and stuff like that. But yeah, I've just been working flat out pretty much, just saving up and waiting to get back into it.
And what is it you're doing for work then?
I drive excavators, like in construction. So yeah, doing a lot of working.
Well, Kye, the boss has been on, Alex Harkis, and he says, welcome, Kye. We've also got hellos for you already from Steve Lumsden, Lynette Linton, Scott Girdwood and Anne Dunlop. Now, am I right in thinking that you actually managed over to Scotland for a week just towards the beginning of the season?
Yeah, that's right. I was in Swindon for probably a week, and then I ended up flying up to Scotland to get the race van, and then I made me way back down south and got my bikes and organised all that stuff. And so yeah, I was only in Scotland for a night. So yeah, not long enough.
Did you get a chance to go to visit Armadale to see the track?
No, unfortunately not. Gordon showed me around Edinburgh, like the city, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and what did you think of the city?
Yeah, I loved it. It's got an awesome feel to it, and yeah, it's got a Harry Potter feel about it.
Even more so now when there's no people, eh, John?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's bizarre when you have to pass city centres or town centres and they're stone dead. It's a bizarre time that we're in. It's good to see Josh Pickering is tuned in as well. So we'll say good morning or afternoon now rather to Josh. So where is it that you are, Kye? Where do you live, and who are you kind of hunkered down with there?
Well, I'm in Queensland here and on the Sunshine Coast. It's 10 hours from Josh, so because Australia is so big. But yeah, no, it's good here.
Who are you sharing lockdown with?
I'm actually my sister's boyfriend's Nick Morris, so he's here with me, and yeah, so just the family and Nick's.
And you were telling us before we went live that you have a speedway track in the back garden there. Is there any competition with you and Nick? Is there a bit of racing going on there, or is it one at a time?
Oh, it's usually one at a time, but yeah, we've had a few dices.
Tell us a bit about your back. Sorry,
that's where I was going with that. No, that's where I was going with that, Liam. It was just to find out your kind of early life and how it all kind of started for you in Speedway then.
Well, I was I did a few different disciplines, and I started motocross when I was a kid, and then I went into road racing. I bought a road bike and did that for a while, but just the cost of things got too much for us, and then I ended up getting into flat track racing, and I won a few Australian titles, but there wasn't really anywhere to go with that. So, and that's when sort of Nick come into the family, and yeah, I seen what he was doing, and I thought it was pretty good, and yeah, got into that. So that was probably about 4 years ago.
Is there any Speedway in the family, Kye? Is there any history of Speedway, or what was it about Speedway that attracted you to it? Why did you want to get involved in that particular sport?
No, not at all. No one knows Speedway related in my family. But I know Dad always watched it on TV, and he's always said he wanted to have a go on a bike until I hopped on one. Then he seen what it was like, and he changed his mind then. But no, it was just going along, seeing Nick and Ryan Douglas and ride and race, and I had a go, and now we're here.
And did your dad ever get a shot on your bike?
Nah, he's too scared.
Like telling your dad that you're going to be a Speedway rider, because normally if I've got friends and they've got young kids, I say, we need to get them a Speedway bike. Like, that'll be right. What is it like? What was your dad's reaction when you say, "Dad, I'm going to be a Speedway rider"?
Well, it was it was different. Like, we actually had a guy flying. He was working in the mines, and he actually flew over the top of our place in a plane and seen the track, because we made the track before I even rode, really. And it was Nick had a go on it, and and he flew over, seen the track, and he had an old Westlake Speedway bike, and he ended up finding our house and called in and wanted to have a ride, and then he ended up giving me a go on his old bike, and that's where I started, like, my first go on a Speedway bike, and just from there I kept going, like, and trying, and it was hard. It was pretty hard, and I took a long time to learn, but I stuck at it, and now I'm enjoying it big time.
I'm just amazed at the fact that you have a Speedway track in your back garden. I mean, are you in the countryside? Are you out in the open? Where exactly are you in the Gold? Is it the Gold Coast, you said?
Sunshine Coast.
Sunshine Coast, yeah. So are you out in the countryside? Do you have a lot of land around you?
Yeah, pretty well. Like, I'm actually really close to the beach, right on the beach, pretty much. But it's sort of the best of both worlds. We got, like, the country as well. So I'm in a lot of, like, farming area. But it's good.
And are you managing to keep fit during the lockdown? I mean, what is your day during lockdown? Are you restricted to staying at home? Are you allowed out to work? Do you still manage to keep fit, keep your keep fit regime going during lockdowns?
Yeah, well, I'm still able. Like, I go running along the road and stuff like that. But I just pretty much to and from work every day, and so on the weekends I'm able to have a ride here and there and do my fitness. So I'm still keeping fit.
So when it comes to your Speedway, Kye, do you get who's your kind of biggest backers? A lot of the guys, it's mum, it's dad, it's these kind of people. Who's backing you then? Who's helping you with your career at the start now?
Well, it's just me and Dad helps me a lot, and but just help of people like Dwayne Rue from KLS Australia. He helps me organise a lot of stuff. He knows how to who to talk to and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be able to do it with people like him, and plus all my stuff with just helping the fund of it. So help me get on my feet. And
so we've got Josh. Josh is already asking, how's Thomson Valley Road treating you?
Good. He's Josh's second home. He loves it. He comes up and good time.
Now, you said that you got over for a week. You didn't have a chance to see the track, but we've got a question here from Gary Dixon, who asks, what was it made you sign for the Monarchs? And have you seen any meetings at Armadale on the track? And tying in with that, Scott Girdwood would like to know how frustrating it is that your debut season, if you like, in the UK has been delayed.
Yeah, well, I just Josh riding for Edinburgh. I always watched, and he said very loyal club, and I spoke to over in Denmark to Max Frick, and I had a chat to him because there was talk of me, like I had a few contacts of me going there, and he gave me the rundown saying how much of a good club it is, and it's like how the track can teach you, like, be better for you in the long run because it's more technical, and he said it did him a world of good, and and that's why when the offer came up, I jumped at it.
And how did it come about that you signed for the club? Did they contact you? Did you get in touch with them?
No, it was, they got in touch with me, and I waited around because there was talk. So I ended up getting approached.
And how frustrating is it that your first season has been delayed by the COVID?
Yeah, it's not the best. Like, I was pretty nervous, and then to get started, and then next minute I'm on a plane flight home. But that's life, I suppose. But I'm keen to get it all started when it's all back to normal.
Can you tell us what was involved in this rider coming from Australia all the way to the UK, in terms of setting up your bike, bringing your belongings over, all that sort of stuff? You know, it's not just a case of packing a suitcase and throwing it in a plane and away you go. There must be so much more to it that the fans maybe don't see. What's involved in getting you and as a race team, if you like, over to the UK?
Yeah, that's right. It's a big step. Like it takes a lot, like organising. First, like I don't know many, like where to get. Like it's hard. You got to find out where to get everything, products, all that stuff like that, and you go into places you've never been to before, and it's you just got to find your way there. But until you get settled in, it's then a lot easier.
And what in terms of logistically getting your bikes? You know, have you got bikes that you're bringing over? Have you got new equipment that's already in the UK? You know, what's involved in getting all that side of things done?
Yeah, well, I ended up buying 2 complete bikes over here from Royal Line, so that made life a lot easier. They were already together, so I didn't have to really build any bikes. So, but no, it's just stuff like finding a mechanic is tough, but yeah.
One thing that you probably need to pack for Scotland are a lot of woolly jumpers, and David Cunningham asks, are you aware of the weather in Scotland, and have Sam or Josh warned you to bring lots of warm clothes?
Yeah, that one night I spent in Scotland, it was raining, and it was too cold.
That was probably our summer, John, that night.
Good day, that. I remember that. It was a good day,
How do you feel about leaving home and coming to the UK for your first school season? How did you feel about that? And did you know what to expect, or what do you expect from the experience when you get here?
Yeah, well, I've been over there the part like last season, and I've been to a few meetings like help mechanicking and stuff like that. So I knew sort of what it was all about, like what to expect. But yeah, it's a big thing for me leaving home like 6-7 months, and is just growing up here. I'm just immune to home, so get a little bit homesick, but that's how it goes.
Well, let's talk about your Speedway for a bit, Kye. You've ridden at Glasgow. You've ridden in Scotland before for the Australian under-21s, which gets me nicely to Christopher Black's question. You've ridden at Glasgow. Do you know that we dislike them? They're his words, not mine. Does he know that we dislike them intensely? He will be a hero if we smash them. So I take it you must be aware of the Edinburgh-Glasgow rivalry then. Yeah,
definitely. I've seen a lot of rivalry and feud between the two teams, but that's good. That's how it should be.
Well, I must remember those are the words of Christopher and not conducive of Edinburgh Speedway. What's your Scott Somerville asks? What's your personal targets for 2020? You know, you're looking at getting say a 5-point average, or you know, did you set yourself a goal for when the season started?
Yeah, pretty well. I just, yeah, as long as it was just a goal to be consistent. I didn't want to, have a good night and then have a couple of bad ones, but I just wanted to, just at least make a few points and then just grow and grow. And
Kye, how do you like your tracks? We've got a question from David Cunningham. Do you ever get wet tracks in Australia? I mean, do you like riding wet tracks? Do you like slick tracks, deep tracks? What tracks do you like the best for riding?
Yeah, we don't get a lot of. We don't usually. If it's wet, it's usually called off here in Australia. But because we have a lot of like slicker tracks here, so it can be pretty gnarly when it's wet, so it's a bit dangerous. But yeah, I prefer track with dirt, like bit of grip. So yeah, it's easy for me, like for passing and stuff like that. I seem to ride better when there's a bit of grip.
And the second part to David's question is, what do you think will be the biggest difference between the tracks in Australia and the UK? And will Armadale need a very different bike setup to the one you're used to?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a challenge first. Like, it's going to feel very different because, we don't have any tracks where you're nearly turning backwards into the corner. So, it'll be tough. But like once I get it dialed in, then hopefully it'll be good home advantage.
Going back to the Glasgow meeting and racing for the Australian under-21s, what was your memory of that day and racing in Glasgow and racing ultimately in Scotland? But you know, what was your memories of racing in the UK from that?
Yeah, well, I'd never, not being in the sport long, I didn't really know what to expect, and it was big for me. I was a lot of nerves going on, but I remember coming out of the first got out of the start and ended up coming in first, and couldn't see anyone in front of me, and I sat back too early and picked up and nearly collided with Zach Wojcicki, and ended up going back to third place. But that could have been good for me, the good confidence boost in the first race. But then it consistently, was consistently getting like third places. But it could have went better. But I probably didn't have the experience under my belt with the different tracks.
Is there any aspects of your riding that we should look out for in terms of, you know, are you a particularly quick gaiter? Are you mad crazy around the fence like your pal Josh? Or, you know, is there a certain aspect of your racing that's that we should look out for?
I'm not sure. I can't say I'm a good gaiter, but I'm getting better. So being meeting after meeting, keeping busy, I'll should be a lot sharper from the tapes. So I don't really know. It's tough.
Kye, Julie McDonald, Derek Cogle and Callum Strang all say hi and welcome. And can I ask you, I mean, Speedway-wise, do you have any heroes? Are there any riders that you watch and you think, you know, that's who I want to be 10 years from now?
I don't know. It's I just haven't, because I haven't like been from a kid. I haven't watched it like all the way, but I don't know. I see a few different riders, like his attitude, his riding style, like just all different riders. I sort of pick and go, I'd like to be like him in that way and him in that way. And I don't know. So,
you mentioned. Sorry, you mentioned that you mentioned a few riders that we all know from the days as Monarchs. Do you find that there's a real tight camaraderie between all the riders, regardless of who they ride for?
What's that? Sorry, what was that again?
Yeah, do you find that there's a real tight camaraderie between all the riders, regardless of what teams they're riding for? You've mentioned that a few of them have spoke to you about Edinburgh, you know, Max and what have you, and Rory, you've got your bikes off Rory, all names that we know at Armadale. Is there a good, nice, tight family amongst the riders?
Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, it's just riders like that. They're genuine and they just riding for Edinburgh, and they've come back with good feedback, and yeah, it's good being able to come in, and the feel of having Sam in the team and Josh. It'll be good for me. Someone to talk set up and get me through.
With that, is it important for someone like yourself, just coming over from Australia, that there are your fellow countrymen in the team, or is it something that you would have went to any team that didn't necessarily have to have Australians in it, but having Sam and Josh there, is that something that's important for you?
Yeah, definitely. It's I get along good with Sam and especially Josh, and yeah, I think it'll be 100% better for me. I'll feel more at home and yeah, be able to pick up stuff off them.
Yeah, sorry, the delay there. As the riders that you've learned bits from, you're saying a bit right there, but there, as the guys that you've ridden beside or against, and you've said, I watch him and he's good, or he's good.
Yeah, definitely. It's always picking up stuff like off riders who I'm trying to chase, and yeah, it definitely, from watching and trial and error, it definitely makes me a better rider.
Kye, we've got a question here from Dave Harley, who says, "Hi Kye, welcome aboard. What is your experience of team riding, and is there anyone in the Monarchs team you are particularly looking forward to racing with?"
No, I haven't had a great lot of team riding, only over in Denmark. I rode first division over there, and so I got to feel my way into team riding and what it's all about. Yeah, definitely Sam or Josh. It'd be good. Talk about what's going to happen, and yeah, hopefully pull off some pretty cool races.
And do you have any highlights from your time in Denmark? Is there any moments, any races there that stand out in your memory?
I'm not sure. I didn't finish on a good note. I ended up tearing a ligament in my knee. I was actually having the best meeting at Holstead there, and yeah, I ended up getting pushed wide in the first bend and caught back up, tried to go around the outside, and the bike didn't really want to turn. I ended up colliding with the air fence, and it wasn't a big one. I don't know why. I sort of tumbled, and yeah, then I had a torn ligament, so I ended up having to go home after that. But yeah, it was probably the best meeting for me. I hadn't dropped a race, so yeah.
I mean, that's all part of the sport, unfortunately. How do you pick yourself up from something like that, and how do you keep yourself motivated during the recovery period?
Yeah, well, I get sitting out. I ended up you get very hungry for it, and when you can get back and fit again, and you want to try twice as hard. So you end up sometimes you can go better when you come back, and yeah, confident.
So how aware are you of the other riders in the Edinburgh team? Obviously, we've spoken about Sam and Josh, but you've got Richie. Lassie's a bit of an unknown to us all, and really we're excited to see him. James Sargent, and of course Willie Lawson. How aware of the other guys are you?
Sorry, what's that?
The other riders in the team, Sam, Josh. We've got Willie, Lassie, James and Richie. How aware of them? How much do you know about the team as a whole that the Monarchs have put together?
Oh yeah, well, I actually rode with Lassie last year. He was on the same team as I was in Denmark, so we actually did a bit of team riding together. So yeah, and yeah, Richie, very good rider. And
tell us a bit about Lassie then. Right, like I say, he is an unknown to us. What can we expect from him?
yeah, he's a good smooth rider, and yeah, he can, when it comes down to pressure, he can pull off some good races.
And based on your limited team riding experience, David Smith would like to know: do you prefer to be on the inside or the outside?
Oh, hard to say. I wouldn't mind the outside.
That ties in with Derek Coggle then, who says, unless you like the wall of death, do not follow Josh's line.
Yeah, Josh is good on the outside around Armadale. From seeing some videos.
So you've been doing the under-21s as well. You've been getting double-figure scores doing the Australian under-21s, which is good going as well. Who have been the riders to watch in that then? Who have been the main riders in the under-21s?
Yeah, for Australia or all of them? Yeah. Well, Jamin Lindsay, he's a very, very good rider. He's going well in Poland and especially England around Bellevue, and yeah, he's come a long way, and and likes of Geordie Stewart having a few years in England, he was very fast as well.
And is there any riders in Denmark that you've ridden with that have been particularly, you had that season in Denmark, any of them there that you think was particularly good and a big influence on you?
Yeah, well, there was a few fast riders like Fredrik Jakobsen and stuff like that, and yeah, and you'd get a lot of guys from the top league that could even ride in first division. So you still had some good competition here and there, but yeah, there are a lot of good riders.
Kye, just to introduce yourself to all the fans, tell us a bit about yourself. I mean, are you married? How old are you? What are your hobbies? What do you like doing in your spare time?
Yeah, no, definitely not married. 21. Single, and I love dirt bikes. Always, my dad's just absolutely loves bikes, and he was a enduro rider, and yeah, so it's good. I can go out and play around in the bush, and yeah, it's good.
So has there ever been a time in your life when there weren't bikes around?
Yeah, we do. Like, we get to go up the beach and all of that. We get full drive and stuff like that. So there's always a lot of different stuff around here we get to do, and and enjoy what we got.
What experience have you had of the travelling involved? I mean, obviously, if we're riding in Denmark, there would be travelling. When you come over to the UK, there'll be a lot of travelling. I mean, the big flights to get you here and get you back, but there's lots of travelling in between meetings as well. Is that something that you enjoy, or is it something that you just have to tolerate?
Oh, yes and no. It's it can be a bit hard, like, especially it can be very take a toll on you. But no, we travel. We have big trips here in Australia, so we have to sometimes go 24 hours just to get to the track. But yeah, no, it's nothing new for me. So yeah.
Kye, we'd spoken to Sam a couple of weeks ago, who had the fortune of racing at the GPs in Melbourne. And
yeah.
Where did you go? Was that something that you went to yourself, or?
Yeah. I did go and watch that, and yeah, the Aussie boys, especially Rowan Tungate and Brady Kurtz and Sam, they did bloody magnificent. Yeah.
Does that give you a desire then, a hunger, to say, I want to be part of that You know, does that then say you set goals in Speedway? Do you say, right, okay, do you have a kind of career path? You say, I want to be doing this by this time. I want to be a heat leader by this time. I want to be in the Premiership, and then take it from there. Or is it just get on the bike and see how it goes?
Yeah, well, I'm not. Yeah, I don't. I sometimes don't aim for big things, but it's just whatever I can do. But yeah, like watching that night and seeing Sam and that for that and what they were out in front, and to show that they're world pace, and it's a good benchmark for me, because I can then indicate, like, racing up against Sam and stuff like that, if I'm fast enough and if we're going in the right direction.
Scotty Goodwood asks, Kye, if the season in the UK doesn't happen for 2020, would you like to come back in 2021 and race for Edinburgh if the worst case scenario unfolds, that there's nothing in 2020?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I'd definitely love to come back in 2021 and finish what wasn't really started. So yeah.
Okay. And we've got a question. Who's your favourite Dane from? Let me see if I can get this right. Christian Skoberg Lund.
I was leaving that one to you, Liam.
Oh, Christian.
Okay. Gary Dixon, putting COVID to the side, were you looking to race in Denmark this season alongside riding for the Monarchs?
Yeah, I was. It depends. Yeah, with time as schedule, stuff like that. But yeah, anything that was available and was right to do, I'd definitely do it.
And Andrew Jeffrey asks, were there any other offers from the UK for the season, and what attracted you to sign with Edinburgh, if there were?
Well, yeah, we talked like a lot, like sort of went backwards and forwards for a while, and that was probably mid-season last year. I was in talk about coming through halfway through the season, but it was just a little bit too much to like organise in a short period of time, but yeah, from there on, I was pretty much like ready to and wanted to come in 2020. So yeah, I was just as soon as they come forward with the deal, I got on it. But yeah, had never had anything to do with any other teams. So yeah.
When you were in your road trip in Denmark last year, so did you base yourself in Denmark then, and if so, whereabout? And
yeah, I rode for Grinstead, and yeah, the chairman of the club, Kenneth Nielsen, he took me in with his family and gave me a place to stay, a workshop and stuff. So yeah, it was good for me, and yeah, thankful for that.
yeah, Christopher Blackcast says, wondering if you'd looked at Poland. A lot of young Aussie riders have went to Poland to race in League Two. Was it tempted to follow riders like Kenyon Rue over there, or was Britain always the goal?
Pretty well, yeah. It was always sort of Britain, and yeah, because I think it's the best for me. Like in my riding, if you can ride England, you can ride most places, and I think it's just to do the hard yards first, and then yeah, and see whatever comes, what offers, and see how far I can get with the sport.
Now this is Sunday lunch with Kye. Kye, what did you have for your Sunday lunch? Because you're a few hours ahead of us, so you'll have had yours already.
Well, it was Mother's Day, so we went down to the beach, and I think had a milkshake for lunch. So yeah,
a milkshake.
A milkshake, yeah.
That's nice and healthy, eh, John?
I know a milkshake. Kidding myself on if I think I'm having that for my lunch. So, listen, is there any sponsors that you would like to thank, or anyone that's kind of looked after you in terms of getting you to the UK and things like that? Is there anyone that you'd want to take the opportunity to thank?
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank Hardface Technologies, KLS Australia, Mellington Smash Repairs, and yeah, the list goes on. Especially Tyron with earth moving, they put a lot of time, money into what I do to help me where I want to get. So yeah, there is a goal to do them proud, and yeah, hopefully make it worthwhile.
Kye, we're all looking forward to seeing you don your What the Fork Edinburgh Monarch race jacket at some point in the future. It's going to be great seeing you go around the track. Have you any messages for the fans that are waiting to be introduced to you?
Yeah, well, I can't wait to meet you all, and hopefully put on a good show for all the fans. And yeah, hopefully if the season gets underway or next year, hopefully we can do good for you.
Well, we certainly look forward to it, Kye. We appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on and joining us. We'll be back on Tuesday night. I had to think what day it was there, with another EMTV Rewind. And then, of course, hopefully back next Sunday with one of the remaining 3 Monarchs, current 1 to 7 as well. So, Kye, thank you again.
Yep, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And we'll see you hopefully next Sunday at 12 o'clock for another Sunday lunch. Thank you.